Welcome back to our HCTV Sports Podcast. Today I'm here with our co-host, Ben Schaefer, and our special guest, Jordan Norris. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing good, Zane. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Today, Jordan's actually a captain on the golf team, state qualifier. But before we talk about her, we're going to talk about girls swimming. They placed fourth in their league meet. Tennis, they had a great season, ended up 5-3. Mitchell Kiger pretty much dominated the whole season. Right, Ben? You get that?
Yeah, that's what I watched when I came and saw him a couple times.
Yeah, Andrew Hooker played good too.
Good defense. Andrew's pretty good on defense. Just keeping the ball, keeps the guy away from scoring points. I mean, pretty good.
Girls volleyball team went to district semis, lost there to Marshall, a tough game. In 4, they battled hard, but they came
emotional
up.
Game.
Yeah, emotional. It was very good crowd there, would you say? Yeah, I mean, it was good. Good environment.
At Enfield, so like everybody was there.
Yeah,
big crowd.
Basically a hometown game, honestly.
Yeah.
They had great people. And Marshall student section's good, too. I mean, our student section was great. I really liked it.
We were definitely louder than them, 100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Wasn't even a question. All right, Jordan, your guys' team placed 4th in districts, 4th in regionals, right?
Yeah.
How'd your guys' season go?
It went pretty good. We had some good matches. We had a lot of PRs as a team, so a lot of team PRs. We had individual PRs, which was really good for everybody. And overall, we had a really good season.
And you played at Michigan State's field, right, for your states?
We played at we played Lansing West this year. Last year we played East, and I like the West course.
You like the West course better?
Yeah.
All right. I was literally just about to ask you.
What's the biggest difference between the two courses?
The West course is like more narrow, or the East course is more narrow, so the West course is more like sculpted, so like you can't see from like the tee box to the green. It's like hilly and like it's just more sculpted and like it's nice.
How nervous were you when you went to states? Like were you shaking a little bit?
No, I mean last year I went, so it was nice because I wasn't as nervous.
I got the experience.
Individually going, I was a little bit more nervous. I just wanted to like individually do good.
Right.
But being there last year helped to not be nervous.
Did you play good there?
I played not as I wanted, but I played pretty good.
What would you say was like your best game? Like what'd you shoot?
Match.
Like my best match this season? I shot best at probably the beaches. It was our first round. I think I shot a 42.
Okay.
Which was pretty good for that course considering it was pretty difficult. But
yeah, that's pretty good. Ben, you like to golf too, right?
I mean, I like to golf. I'm not very good, but I love to golf, so.
I see. You just love the game?
Yeah,
it's
love
fun
the craft.
No matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I like to golf a little bit in my spare time, but, I'm a baseball player, so my baseball swing doesn't really help with my slice.
Messes it up.
Yeah, my leg kick and everything. It's not very good for the
See, like I want to
slice.
golf and play baseball in the spring, but.
It'd be hard to do all that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it would be. You got to make a decision. Or, I mean, you could dual sport it. I mean, you could. I mean, you're
Maybe
good.
I just play.
I feel like you're good enough to.
Don't hit in baseball and just mostly play the field.
Yeah, exactly.
But.
You're good. All right, guys. So you guys want to move on to our college football Heisman race?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think's about to win that? I got Kenneth Walker. Well, actually, no. I got the C.J. Stroud from Ohio State because I think Kenneth Walker, since he's been in the Big Ten and they're also not undefeated, they lost to Purdue. I think they're going to punish him for that, and they're going to give it to the guy from Ohio State just because they're just a powerhouse school.
I agree because I think he's going to get a couple Heisman moments and playing Michigan and Michigan State upcoming next couple weeks, so I think he probably will walk away with it.
I think Walker has it pretty much in the bag. I mean, even though they lost to Purdue, I mean, his performance still doesn't, and I mean, his performance is still good no matter if they won or lost.
I got you. Also, I think if Michigan State can put up, if it's a close game, if they win it, that definitely helps his chances. But if it's even a close game to Ohio State, I mean, they're both top 10 in the country right now, ranked in the.
Yeah.
But I mean, no one's expecting, I think, right now, Michigan State to win that game.
Okay.
So if they make that a close game, I think that'll up his chances of making.
What would you say if Michigan State lost, but Walker went like absolutely nuts? Like, and then C.J. Stroud, he didn't play his best game, but like he still got the job done.
I don't know, man. I just think they're still going to give it to him because they just have something. I mean, they just love those powerhouse schools, man.
They do.
Mean, like, when has anyone from the Big Ten really won it that's not from Ohio State? Or, like, I mean, Charles Woodson won it from Michigan.
Back in like the 90s.
Yeah, and that was crazy, too, because he was
defensive player.
Yeah, so that was crazy. But, I mean, I can't think of anybody else who.
I don't remember the last time a Big Ten player did win the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
No, it's always been SEC players. Yeah, I don't even know a name.
I can't think of
yeah.
one. I don't think he's. See, that's why I think he's gonna get. He could have a great season, but I just think he might just get screwed.
Yeah, I think so too.
All
At
right.
least somebody in the Big Ten will win it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I hope.
Possibly.
If it's not Kenneth Walker, I want the guy from Ohio State to win it because that's it's about big, bro. Big Ten. I mean, so all right. So we're gonna move on to the Lions. They tied. They didn't lose. So that's 2 weeks in a row they didn't lose. They got their bye week. They didn't lose there. 2 weeks in a row they tied. I mean, they're not gonna be the first 0-17 team. I mean, that's something to be proud of.
It's just like a slap in the face. Like you want them to win a game and they just don't. And they tie. And
Jordan, how do you feel about Jared Goff?
Not really a big fan.
Yeah, I could. Me either.
I don't know who is, to be honest.
Need Matt back.
Yeah, we definitely need Stafford back. That's for sure.
Stafford didn't really have his best game against the. He just got a new weapon, OBJ, and then he had a bad game against 49ers.
Yeah, and do you see Von Miller George Kittle just destroyed him?
He just
That was
like
so funny.
pancaking bad. But Stafford had like 3 picks on the night, I think.
Yeah,
on one of his
he had 2
throws-
in the first half, I think, because one he was throwing to OBJ.
Yeah. Do you think like it hurts like the dynamic of like their relationship between like Matthew and OBJ? That like OBJ could like do the same thing he did to Baker Mayfield?
Can you say that again?
So like like Baker and like OBJ had like their whole incident about like he wasn't giving him the ball enough. Do you think like Stafford feels like he needs to give?
They went after him early.
Yeah.
So
And, like-
that actually is a good point because like, do you think they're targeting him just so they don't get that?
Well, did you see that one interception he threw? It was like
Wasn't even close to him.
like double coverage, and he was like he got to be down there somewhere, and he hucked it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point because like they don't want to have that
No.
issue in the locker room like a guy
No.
because Jordan, you ever have just like, isn't it hard when your just chemistry's kind of messed up and and it's just like
It's definitely hard, yeah.
because you need that, especially football is such a team game.
Yeah.
You guys got to have each other's back. I mean, that's a good point. I'd say that actually did have some effect on that.
I think it would.
Definitely need to trust each other in any team sport you're playing and have each other's back.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they wanted to let him feel involved. I mean, they had him out there early.
First play went to him and
Exactly.
stuff.
So that's a good point, Ben.
Yeah. Is it like that in golf? Do you need like that team aspect in it?
It's a lot of individual, but having your teammates have your back and like support you and like them encouraging you is everything.
Like getting a
'Cause you
bad
can-
shot and then
Yeah, like them like having that encouragement is so helpful.
See, I want to move back to the Lions too. I mean, I know I'm probably beating a dead horse there, but how many times did they have a chance to just put this game away? Like they had it in the back. The kicker
I knew he was gonna miss.
sealed this.
I
It
knew
could have
it.
sealed the game, and it didn't even get 2 feet off the
No.
ground. Like I don't like what was. I mean, I couldn't kick in the NFL.
No.
But, I mean, like this is his job. Like he does this, and it didn't even get off the ground. Like they are the most like. They had such a clutch game, but then they just couldn't finish it. Like, and also injuries hurt them. Jamal, can you help me? Jamal, what's his name?
No
Williams. Idea. Jamal Williams was hurt. Their Justin Jefferson got hurt after he scored that touchdown, actually. So I mean, they are battling some injuries, and obviously our kicker's hurt. We had our backup in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's still
a backup kicker. You should be able to hit that.
exactly. I mean.
I just
Give
felt
him their
like
first win, man. Come on. He could have been the hero. You know how much everyone would have loved him?
they would have loved him. He probably would have had a job the rest of his life if they could have won one game.
I mean, you're right. Because, I mean, Detroit needs something. We need something. We needed that win so desperately. I mean, he would have got so much love on Twitter. You feel, Jordan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you feel like he would have got.
I would rather them
Yeah,
lost
hyped.
than tie that game.
You would have lost and tie?
Yeah, because then it's like now they're just kind of screwing that first overall pick.
That's true.
But there's nobody else in the NFL that is 0 whatever they are right now.
I can't believe the Jaguars won 2 games.
I know.
thought it was going to be a battle for the number 1 pick with me and, the Lions and the Jaguars. But, I mean, they won 2 games. So as long as we keep this streak up we're getting that number 1 pick, man. We're going to do, I mean, just tank at this point. Am I right? Like, like.
Are we always this like bad? Like,
Well, I mean, we had, who was that?
Kelvin, John.
Yeah, I mean, when we had Megatron and we had like the top 5 defense in the league.
Please report to the office.
Sorry, guys. When we had the top 5 defense in the league, and then we fired Jim Caldwell. I mean, Jim Caldwell's winning percentage? It was .562. So he was winning.
Please report to the office.
So he was winning more than half of his games, and then we just fired him.
Yeah.
Like, why did we do that? And then we hired like Jim Schwartz. I was like, what are we doing, man?
See, I like Campbell though. Like,
I do too.
I think once he establishes himself a little bit more and like builds his culture that he wants, I think they might get there. Possibly.
So Ben, did you see that Chase Young tore his ACL?
right on that field too.
Yeah, FedEx Field is a graveyard for players because
It really is.
Here, I got a list of all these people names that tore their ACL one person, Ryan Fitzpatrick, hurt his hip, but Joe Burrow tore his ACL, RG3 ACL, Alex Smith hurt his knee.
Is that where that gruesome injury happened?
Yes. Adrian Peterson tore his ACL, and now Chase Young added to that list, tore his ACL.
Wow.
Like, it's just insane.
Do you guys that the Michigan field has like a bulldozer like underneath it?
No way.
Yeah.
What?
So
They have a bulldozer
yeah,
underneath their field?
yeah. So when they were building it, like the big house, it was like really like it was like next to like a pipeline or like a drought or like not a drought but like a flood. It was a flood zone basically. So all the mud like trapped like the bulldozer like in the mud and they like couldn't get it out. It's like built over it. So it's like way down there, but they like built over it. That's like the story or like the tale.
That's crazy.
In
Yeah.
the big house.
I've never even
Under
knew
the
about
big house,
that.
yeah.
Did you know about that, Ben?
I never knew that.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
So is that like true or is it?
I don't know. Like no one's ever said, but that's like the big myth that there's like a
Because
bulldozer
that
underneath
like
the
sounds
field.
like legit. Like
That'd
that
be like
sounds
so cool. Yeah.
Because that's actually I've never
Never
heard of that.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
In the big house too, like the biggest,
Right.
holds the most fans
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys, thank you for coming on. Tune in next time on our HCTV Sports podcast. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to our Instagram page and follow that too.
Hey, Zane, can I give a shout out to
Yeah, sure.
Miss Allen in culinary and a shout out to Miss Allen. That's about it.
Jordan, you got any shout outs before we finish this off?
No, I don't think so.
All right, see you guys next time.